Sometimes people always talk about semaglutide or, ECA and all that stuff, but AOD 9604. AOD 9604 is a clinically proven fat burner. It actually helps burn the fat. It doesn't just suppress your appetite and give you a bunch of energy like a lot of the over-the-counter or, infomercial type fat burners do. What they do is they suppress your appetite and give you a ton of energy. So you have all this energy to work out and you're not eating. So yeah, you may lose weight, but you feel like crap, and you'll also lose muscle as well. So real quick, AOD 9604 is an injectable and can also be in capsule form. So obviously, injectable is always the way to go. It's a lot safer for your kidneys, organs, spleen, liver, all that good stuff. And it's not going to interfere with your digestion depending on what you eat. But yes, if you want a capsule form, we could have a capsule as well. Take one a day or as directed by your medical provider. It's a real simple, easy process. Let's jump into therapy of the week. Therapy of the week. It's kind of crazy I'm doing therapy of the week. I'm bald. I shaved my head. Wearing a skull cap today. But therapy of the week is how you can get your hair to grow a little bit better. We have three therapies. One is injectable biotin. Biotin's great for your hair, skin, and nails. Comes in injectable form. There's a lot of capsules you could buy at the store, drug stores or online, biotin capsules. When you take an injectable form, like I've said plenty of times, it works so much better. You don't have to worry about absorption. And what I mean by that is, say if you take a capsule or pill, anything orally, if you take something orally, then you have some, peanut butter or olive oil or something in your stomach that's fatty. It's going to get lodged in that grease. It's not going to disperse at the right time it should. So, and another thing too is you could also excrete that out through urine or feces anytime you take something orally. Injectable form is a lot better because it's not going to have to pass through your oral system. It's not going to have to go into your stomach and your digestive tract. You could eat what you want. It's not going to be affected by it. And again, it's the best way to get your bang for your buck, because when you're taking an injectable, you're getting every last milligram or microgram or unit or whatever measure it is you're taking. You're getting all of it. You're not losing it through sweat. You're not losing it through urine. Again, so it's the safest way to take it, and you're getting your bang for your buck. That's what the biotin. If you could scroll over real quick back to the therapy of the week real quick. And we also have the hair health capsules. So you're getting the best of both worlds. Like I said, injectable is always the way to go, but you're also going to get capsules with it. So you're going to get capsules and you're going to get the injectable biotin. And also you're going to get a foam. It's like a revitalizing hair foam. It's not going to make you grow hair if you're completely bald. So if you're 100% bald, like no hair, no follicles, no stubble, it's not going to make that come back. It's not, miracle grow. But it is going to make your hair thicker. So if you're starting to thin, it's best to use it. It's going to make your hair thicker. It's going to make it fuller. Ladies, if you want thick, full hair, it's going to help with that too. I have a thick, full beard. I don't need any help with the hair on my beard. But I know a lot of guys, if they can't get their beard to go thick or it's just kind of thinning, they could put the cream on their face every day and thicken up their beard. So if you have no options upstairs and you're bald like me, you could use it on your beard, thicken that up. But again, also for your skin, hair, and nails, even though it's known as a growth thing only for your hair, it's also going to help with your nails too. So all that stuff is our basically hair tighten growth therapy of the week. So if you guys or girls experience any type of hair loss or your hair is thinning out, jump on this, ask for my discount, tell them Big Drew sent you. If you need to contact me directly, hit me up on IG, or you can hit me up on Facebook as well. See what else we got here. Some shout outs. We got Shay on here. Shout out to Shay. Shout out to KR Howley. David Deese, Macromombolia, a lot of different people. Sorry with the name. Let me see. Chewy0444. So how do you keep your iron levels good when donating blood to keep hematocrit in range? It's a very good question. Hematocrit is basically like the thickness of your blood, pretty much. So the iron. He's trying to keep his iron in good range while he's donating. Now, obviously, you have a lot of iron in your blood, so when you donate blood, you're losing a lot of iron. So what you do in that point is you could supplement with some type of iron tablet that they sell at the store or something like that. Red meat also has good forms of iron in it. Quality red meat. Don't buy the cheapest on sale ground beef from Walmart or wherever else. Make sure it's from a reputable source, but quality red meat has iron in it too. But yeah, just certain supplements you can't get from food or supplementation. In other words, like I said last week, there's no form of natural testosterone, whether it's a leaf, a fruit, meat, something you could eat, nuts, doesn't matter how much you eat, you're not going to increase it the way an injectable will. So it kind of goes in the same realm with iron. You're not going to get as much iron as you would unless it's through a supplement than you would food. You'd have to just constantly eat iron food for a long period of time. So yeah, take some iron tablets if you have to. Increase to good red meat. And there's other foods that will increase it as well, but that would be the quickest fix for me. And again, if you're donating blood, don't donate blood yourself. I heard someone the other day, they were saying, yeah, it was too early and I wanted to donate blood, so I had someone else do it. He said his wife was a nurse and she did it. I don't recommend doing that at all. Even if you are a nurse, just go to a place, get it done in an actual office the right way. So don't do a blood dump on your own. Doesn't matter what your blood is. And again, if your blood levels are so high and out of whack, even though you did a blood dump or donating blood recently, if your hemocrat's still out of range, then stop whatever you're doing to bring it up into that range. A lot of times people, they just keep dumping blood or donating blood because their blood's getting so thick. And what's happening is they're continuing to take or do things that make their blood thick. And they think they can just keep donating, which isn't a good. So it's an easy fix to get your levels in range, but it's not the healthiest way. So again, figure out what you're doing or what you're not doing to get it out of range. Get that in check first. And then you do just have to donate, quarterly or however you need to do it to keep everything normal. KPD says, what do you do for a living? This is what I do. I do this, and I do personal training online as well. So I've been doing videos like this. I've been Titan Lifestyle. I've done this with other companies. I work here at Titan Medical. I've worked for other medical companies, been in the fitness industry for 15 years now. So basically, fitness is my life. Titan is my life. It's how I make my money. So it's more than just posting and stuff like that, too. This is actually what I do. So training and Titan. If you need training or you need Titan, hit me up. 727-389-3220 here is the number here at the office. So if you need anything from Titan, call that number. We service all 50 states except for Idaho. But if you're in Idaho and you know someone in a neighboring state, we could legally send that to them and then they could ship it to you as well. So NJNJNJNJV, that's the name. He or she says, do you inject before or after a workout? That depends what you're injecting. If you're taking HRT, which is hormone replacement therapy, which is pretty much testosterone replacement therapy. If you're injecting testosterone, it's not going to make a difference if you take it before or after your workout. What I will say is if you're injecting something that's oil-based, which testosterone usually is, whether it be testosterone cypionate, testosterone propionate, if you're injecting something that's oil-based, I would probably do it before you work out. And the only reason is because you're going to work it into the muscle more, or do it before some type of physical activity. So in other words, if you're taking testosterone cypionate that's oil-based, you wouldn't want to inject it, say, in your glute or your deltoid and then go to bed or then sit on the couch. You want to be moving around to keep that oil in there to work it into the muscle. Just work it in a little bit. So I would say if it's an injectable that's oil-based, do it before you work out or before physical activity. You don't want to let that muscle just sit there with the oil in it. You want to work it in. If it's Hercules Potion, that's what we have here at Titan Medical. That's an injectable. It's water-based. It's basically like BCAA powders, but in a liquid form, doctor-prescribed, pharmaceutical grade with no additives. You could take that, obviously, before you train because it helps with pump and stamina and all that. But it just depends. It just depends what you're taking. But again, anything oil-based, it's best to take it before you move around. I've always heard it's best to do injectables in the morning. I don't know if there's science behind that. It's just a convenience thing. And again, like I said, if you're moving around a lot, you don't want to take it right before bed. You want to make sure that thing is moving around and in there. Jarrett Finley says, how do injectable biotin treatments work? Basically, you just treat it the same way you would take it. The foam is a cream, like a foam that you would rub on topically, whether it be wherever you need to your hair growth. Most people use it on their scalp. I guess you could use it other places too. Like I said, guys, it can thicken up your beard. And then the other thing is an injectable. You would take that as directed by your medical provider, meaning that when you get the therapies in the mail, it's going to say on them specific to you how to take them. So everyone's different. I never tell people take it this way. Your prescription is going to tell you, or your medical provider is going to tell you how much that you need to take. Now with a hair foam, you could maybe probably take a little bit more, a little bit less. I don't know, but it's always good. Doesn't matter what it is, unless it's water. I mean, if you're taking something through Titan, call the number 727-389-3220. Ask one of the medical providers and make sure you're taking it the right way. Chewy, you're welcome for the information. NJ is saying, are there any pros for test sip every 2 weeks? Test sip, he's talking about testosterone cypionate. That's the most well-known, most prescribed testosterone injectable therapy or injectable that they have for HRT. So he's asking if there's any pros to take it every 2 weeks. I would say no. Actually, there's only one pro. There's only one pro to taking it every 2 weeks because, again, testosterone cypionate is best to take twice a week. You can take it once a week. I wouldn't suggest it, but every 2 weeks you're pushing it. The reason why is because testosterone cypionate has a life on it of like 12 to 14 days, which means it's going to be out of your body in that time. If you wait that amount of time to take it, you're literally waiting it to completely come out of your body and then starting it all over again, which is going to make your blood levels unstable. Now, in terms of results, benefits, you may get the same benefits from that, but the negative side effects is to taking it every 2 weeks or even every week is you're going to have unstable blood unstable blood levels. And what I mean by that is you're going to feel great one day, you're going to feel off one day, you're going to have a spike in your testosterone, it's going to be tapering off. When you do that, you have mood swings. Your estrogen could be affected by it, which is going to cause, increased water retention and fat and all that stuff, oily skin. So it's best to keep not only your testosterone levels optimal, it's to keep your blood levels stable and optimal. So that's why we always say, the doctors, medical providers, they always say, take as directed. Don't just, if I miss one day, can I take 2 the next day? No, everything's meant to be taken as directed. So last thing I'll say in that is I would say inject twice a week, maybe like a Monday, Thursday. I don't believe in microdosing either. So if you're going to break your injections down to daily doses, it makes no sense doing that with testosterone cypionate if you're doing it at an HRT dosage because it just makes no sense. You don't want to be a pincushion sticking yourself every day. So the least amount of injections for the optimal blood levels possible, and with that being for testosterone cypionate, it would be 2 times a week. Bella Single Healer says, can biotin help with hair growth and strengthening? Yes, that's exactly what it does. It helps the hair grow thicker, and strengthens the hair. Could actually make the hair sometimes appear to be a little bit darker, but that's just because of the thickness of it. So if you have brown hair and it's starting to look a little bit lighter because it's thinning, you're going to have that natural dark, thick brown hair again from using this. It's definitely going to help with growth and strengthening. That's basically what it does. It helps hair growth, thickening and strengthening of the hair. Again, if you rub it on, the palms of your hand where hair has never grown, it's not going to do that, but it's going to help the follicles that still are there, produce thicker hair. Anybody else? Good questions today, by the way. Good questions. Shout out to Karina. Good questions today. Who else we got on here? Esquel Broker Big Drew, what's going on? Checking all the different streams, looking at the monitors right now. See what we got on the iPad, see what we got on the iPhone, see what we got on the other iPhones, see what we got on got a lot of different monitors right now. So if you guys ever see me looking up and looking around, it's because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 phones, an iPad, and 2, 3 screens on me. So all over the place right now. I'm going to jump into one of my crazy topics this week. The topics this week are kind of crazy because, yeah, they're just crazy. Okay, first one, U.S. track star, Erriyon Knighton. Erriyon Knighton, he's from right here in Tampa, Florida. I started following him a few years back because he broke the Usain Bolt's age group world records for the 100 and 200 meters, or actually 200 meters. So he basically he was the fastest high schooler ever from right here in Tampa, Florida. Didn't go to college. He was so good at the high school level, he just went straight to the pros. He competed in the Olympics. He competed in the World Championships. He's actually picked this year to he might actually win the Olympic. He picks to win the gold, him or Noah Lyles, to win the gold in the Olympics. So big time track star, young kid, big time sponsor all over the world. Tested positive for Trenbolone. Tested positive for Trenbolone. Yeah, I've never heard of an athlete, a track athlete, taking Trenbolone. Like I've said, Trenbolone is a veterinary steroid. It's prescribed to cattle. Well, it's not prescribed. It's given to cattle because it increases lean muscle. And if you have more lean muscle on the cows, you have more meat, which means you could sell more and make more because you're distributing, selling more meat. So it's not intended for humans to begin with. It raises your blood pressure. It gives you insomnia, gives you erectile dysfunction. It causes aggression, night sweats, like a slew of problems. It's the most dangerous injectable steroid that you could take with the most side effects. And also that it destroys your cardio. So if you hear people say, I'm going to take Tren and get ripped up for the summer, you're going to be sweating all summer and you're not going to be able to breathe. You're going to be moody. You're not going to be able to sleep. So it's going to be miserable. Now, I don't feel that Erriyon Knighton took this knowingly. The reason why is because, like I said, it's used in cattle. So a lot of these huge farms and, people that are ranches and all these places that sell a lot of meat and beef. The reason why they're getting more beef is because they're using this product. So if they're giving it to a cow and it's increasing its lean muscle, so then someone else takes it like, oh, it's going to increase my lean muscle. That's why a bodybuilder or someone would take it. Now, he got tested positive for it, but he beat the test and he's still able to compete. How did he beat the test? Because he basically said, I ate some meat and the meat might have had metabolites of Trenbolone in it. So from me eating steak or beef or whatever he ate, ground beef, anything, just from him eating that meat and then the cow was in it, it was in the cow, that's how he is able to compete. Now, when I look at Erriyon Knighton, he has gained a little bit of weight in the past year or so. But again, he was like 16 years old and now he's professional. He doesn't appear to look, it's hard to tell just from looking at somebody, but he doesn't appear to look like he's on Trenbolone. And again, he's a runner. Trenbolone kills your cardio more than anything. I mean, if you take it, you're going to be breathing heavy, walking to the car, breathing all the time heavy. So I don't know why he would take it knowingly. If he were to take something that's illegal, there's other things that he could take. Even stuff we have here at Titan that is legal in the real world may be illegal NCAA or track and field or whatever. So I don't think he took it knowingly, and that's the reason why he's able to compete. Now, me being a bodybuilder, me knowing a lot of bodybuilders, being in the bodybuilding industry for years and years now, him being able to beat this because he said he ate beef, I could see a lot of other people saying that. Now, I don't think he actually took it. I think he just ate the beef and it was in him, whatever. But again, too, because he was setting world records in high school when he was 16, and now he's still great, a few years later. So clearly he was good then and he's good now. So I don't think it's affecting his athletic ability. It was just in the meat he ate. But I could see bodybuilders. I could see strength athletes. I could see maybe power lifters that get tested saying, oh yeah, well, I had, some steak last night and that's the reason why it's in my system. So I've never heard of someone beating performance enhancing drug tests saying that they ingested something like food. Usually it's, oh, I took an inhaler or, some type of medication for my sickness that had a steroid in it, or, I twisted my ankle, the doctor gave me something, but I've never heard of someone actually eating something and them passing or being cleared for it. So we'll see what happens if other people use it as an excuse. I don't think Erriyon Knighton took it knowingly, but shout out to Erriyon Knighton. Shout out to Team USA Track and Field. He's right here in Tampa, Florida, so he's got to represent. Bring that gold home. Bring that gold home. And I'm glad you're able to compete too, so that's good. If they would have took that from you, it would have been crazy because, I probably would have did a show on that. Like, why would anybody knowingly take Trenbolone that runs track and field? It's going to destroy your running. So more questions. We got one right here. Rin OF T86, other than kidney formula, what other recommendations for kidney health? For kidney health. Yeah, I would say stuff we have here would be glutathione. We have glutathione here. It's like a super antioxidant. It's injectable. Now, if you Google glutathione, you'll see capsules and stuff you could order online from different companies in a tablet form. That's not anywhere close to real doctor-prescribed injectable glutathione. So if you have any type of kidney issues, I would definitely say to start taking glutathione. Maybe some milk thistle as well, but glutathione would be your number one too. If I was in that same situation, I would immediately start taking glutathione. We could also give glutathione in an IV. So if you're in the Tampa area, call the number 727-389-3220, and we can get you some glutathione in a bag as well through an IV. But yeah, the kidneys, the best thing you can do for your kidneys is drink a ton of water. Lower your sodium intake, sodium meaning salt. So look at the back of the labels, make sure the sodium's low, 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 low. Pound the water. Some people say stay away from red meat. I don't believe so. But yeah, just watch what you're eating first, pound the water, and glutathione. Now, Ryan OF86 has said, what is the worst steroid for your kidney? Worst? What is the worst steroid for your kidneys? Worst steroid for your kidneys? I mean, I would probably say halotestin, which is the craziest steroid you could think of. It literally destroys your kidneys in 3 weeks and turns you into somebody you're not. It's not worth it at all. I mean, you could literally be in less than 6 months, you could be messed up from that. So I wouldn't recommend taking it. I would never recommend taking Trenbolone or halotestin. That's the most dangerous injectable and dangerous tablet you could take. Now, what do we have here at Titan that's kind of like those two? If you're looking for something that gets you strong quick, put on muscle quick, and have you eating like a horse, MK677. And if you're looking for something to shred you out in the same way that, halotestin or Winstrol would do, I would say ECA Plus combined with a good diet and HRT. People sleep on a good diet. They take all this stuff and eat like crap. You could not take any of that, eat good, and be on HRT and look a lot better and feel better and be safer. So be careful what you're taking. Don't just rely on Google. Rely on, actual people, this and that. Shout out to Josh over at Crunch Channel Side. Shout out to Josh. Ryan, DECA dosage for joints and TRT. I would recommend 0 DECA dosage for joints and TRT. The reason why people take DECA for their joints, which is also Nandrolone, is because Nandrolone will put a ton of water into your body and into your muscle and around the joint. So in other words, all's Nandrolone or all's DECA is doing is lubricating your joints, but it's not fixing the problem. So what does that mean? When you stop taking it, the joint dries out, it hurts again, you got to keep taking it. What we have here at Titan, BPC 157, CJC, TB 500, those are peptides that will actually repair the connective tissue and cartilage within the joint. So it's going to make the pain go away because it's going to fix the problem. Rather than taking Advil and all the stuff to mask the pain, it's going to fix it. I had a little bit of issue with my elbow, took it for like 3 or 4 months. A few years back when I was arm wrestling, and I fixed it. I don't need to take it anymore. My elbows are good. I just realized that I can't go, super, super heavy and crazy like I used to. Gray Bills 01, are biotin injections more effective than oral supplements? Definitely. Anything you take that's an injectable is more effective than an oral supplement, and that's something that can be taken both ways. Now, if it's only oral or only injectable, it is what it is. But if you have the option, it's always better to go injectable. Again, you're going to get every last gram, milligram, or whatever it is you're trying. It's not going to slow down the absorption from eating fat or eating food. So always good to go injectable. Can biotin help with hair loss and balding? Good question. Slim Fit Nash. It could help with hair. It could help with hair thinning. It can help with the beginning stages of balding. But like I said, if you're 100% full bald and you have no follicles, like no prickle, doesn't matter, no peach fuzz underneath the light, nothing, it's not going to magically make hair grow like that. But what it's going to do is if there's still follicles there, it's going to get in there and it's going to start making that hair thicker, and it's just going to make the actual hair thicker. So if you're thinning, it works great. If you think you're going to be thinning, it works great. If your dad or if your mom or whoever started going bald at a certain age and you're at that age and you're worried about it, it works great for that too. So you could take some of the hair foams and capsules even if you don't have any type of hair loss. I mean, you could have a full head of hair and just want your hair to be thicker. Ladies may want to have their thick, long hair, so you could take it even with hair. Ryan OF86 says, injectable glutathione fixed his liver values. perfect. First of all, great news you got to fix. I mean, congrats on that. Sometimes people get their liver messed up and they just, they just leave it alone and stop listening to people and just do their own thing. But yeah, injectable glutathione fixed his liver value. So, and again, specify injectable glutathione. So that doesn't mean go online and order from some random place or go to the supplement store you could find. And do you have biotin? Yeah, we do. No, injectable glutathione, injectable biotin. Best way to go. Nice. Tom Dollarhide said he got his girl started on therapies today. That's great. Great news. Always good news. I love hearing about new people. Ryan says my elbow tendonitis is annoying. Ryan says, if you can scroll up a little bit so I can see that. Let me see. It says, Ryan says those peptides are for joints. It's an injection at problem area. Correct. Yes. You'd want to inject closest to the area, not directly into the bone or tendon, obviously. But say if it's your elbow, basically you would just, pinch an area on your elbow where the skin is and just get underneath the skin and just go closest to the area. And it doesn't have to be in the elbow, closest to the area. And what that does is it's going to get to that area faster. Now, if you inject TB500, whether it's sub-Q or IM, it's going to be systematic. But the best and most effective way and fastest way is to inject it closest to the area. Does Titan have instructional videos for injects too? Yes, Titan does have instructional videos. Or if you ever actually want to speak to someone about the injections, you can call the line, speak to one of the ladies or one of the guys that answers the phone. You could just, say, hey, I need to know how to do my injections, and I need to make sure I'm doing it the right way. We have videos, but even if you're uncomfortable, if you're still not sure, you could always call the line. And again, if you're in the Tampa area, you could always call the office, set something up where you can come in. We could actually show you how to do your injections. I wouldn't say YouTube how to do an injection. I mean, you can if it's from if it's from Titan or someplace like that. But there's a lot of people at home in their bathroom, sitting on the edge of their toilet, teaching people how to do injections, and they're really not qualified for it, and you don't really want to learn that way. Even if they do know what they're doing, just, like I said, get everything from an actual medical provider. It's the best way to go. You never have to worry about any problems. Yep, just like he said they do check out the website and search for the videos. And again, just like I said before, if you're looking at those videos and you're still not sure, you could always call or stop by, or just, if you're paranoid, you could actually come and get some of the things you can actually come and get injected yourself here if you're in the area. So always check for that too. Anybody else on here? Also, the blood work special is still in effect. June's Men's Health Month. Guys, we don't like to go to the doctor, so now's the time to do it. So, and also, ladies, wives, if you have a boyfriend, husband, and he's been slacking, he doesn't want to get his blood work. Yeah, I'm fine. Get him a gift certificate and make him do it. That way, he's healthy and it's helping him in the long run. But yeah, $130. It's our Men's Health Month. Obviously, it's only for men because it's Men's Health Month and it's Father's Day. So it's $130. And normally it's like $200. So you're saving like $70. And again, if you get this, doesn't mean you have to get it and come right in right away. I mean, you can call the number, set it up, pay for it, get everything done, have everything so that when you do come in, it's there. So if you don't want to get it done until, whenever, get it, take advantage and make the payment or whatever you got to do now. You could save. HCG versus Enclomiphene. Wu-Tang Clan 1234, great name. They're asking about HCG versus Enclomiphene. Now, HCG and Enclomiphene, what they do is they basically bring up your natural test levels. They help with testicular atrophy, and they basically, rejuvenate your sperm. So if you're taking testosterone injections, you might be a little bit off in your natural test, meaning that, if you want to get your wife or girlfriend pregnant, you might not be able to because even though your test is high and you feel great, your sperm isn't really there yet, or it's not, functioning properly. Now, in terms of you walking around, you're going to feel the same. Everything's going to be the same, but it's just actual sperm itself isn't going to be as, potent, I guess. Now, we give some of our patients HCG and Enclomiphene to keep their natural, like I said, testicular atrophy, keep them everything good. We used to give HCG. Now it's usually Enclomiphene. HCG is more old school. HCG, also with HCG too, is an injectable. It has to be compounded, meaning it comes in oil and powder. It has to be mixed together and kept in the fridge. And you have to inject yourself, whether it be every day, every other day, or whether it's once a week or whatever. Enclomiphene's a lot easier. Enclomiphene is a capsule that you would take as directed. I know mine was once every other day, but again, everyone's different. And with HCG, it can raise your estrogen levels significantly higher than Enclomiphene. So if you have sensitive nipples, if you're getting tenderness, or if you're moody, oily skin, acne, estrogen related, or if you get your blood work and it says your estrogen is just way, whoa, knocked over the mic. Mic drop. Hold on. 200 shows, I've never done that. But yeah, if your estrogen's high from your blood work, you definitely want to get that in check. So if you're taking the same amount of testosterone as you did last year, and you got your blood work and you're taking HCG and your estrogen's high, I challenge you to now switch over to Enclomiphene for a few months. Get your blood work done again and see if your estrogen is still that high. If your estrogen drops and everything else stays the same, then the Enclomiphene's a better route. I had to do that. HCG made my estrogen go through the roof. I was prescribed 2 different estrogen blockers and all this stuff. I switched over Enclomiphene. I felt a lot better. No other problems. It's simple. It's a capsule. I could travel with it. I don't have to keep it in the fridge. It just makes it real easy. Wu-Tang Clan 1234 said, HCG makes my face break out bad. Yeah, exactly what I just said. Your face breaking out bad is probably because your elevated estrogen levels. When your estrogen goes up, that means your face is going to break out. You're going to have oily skin. You may be more moody. Women, when they have their menstrual, they're moody. Guys will get moody if the estrogen's off too. So, yeah, switch over to Enclomiphene. I guarantee you're going to like it a lot better. And my libido actually increased. It was better off of Enclomiphene than HCG as well. Jeff Lopez said, can I get the same price that Michael Hearn pays? Good question. Good question. You could definitely get the same products that Mike takes. Let me see what else is on here. Anybody else? Any comments? TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I'll jump into one of these crazy topics. Crazy topics. I don't think I've ever talked about a topic like this, but I'll get into it. Okay, PornHub. For all of you that have never heard of that and don't know what it means and, ooh, what's that? And act like you never heard of it before when you probably have it on your damn search history right now. But anyways, PornHub to block 5 more states over AIDS verification laws. I like it. I've said this over and over again. When I was a kid, we didn't get to just, access porn and all this stuff. First of all, it's illegal. You had to be 18 to buy a magazine. You had to be 18 to rent a movie. You had to wait till you got to a certain age to figure out stuff. Now it's bad. Now, I don't even know what it's like to be a kid now, but I could just assume they could just grab their phone and Google and watch any type of porn they want. The only thing I've seen on these porn websites that has anything to do with them actually trying to make sure it's okay is that has a screen that pops up. Click if you're 18 and click if you're under 18. All you have to do is click. There's no actually verification with that. So it's about time. Shout out to PornHub for doing this because, the last thing you want is a kid, looking at something. It could be a 10-year-old kid who got his first iPhone or got her first iPhone. Now she's just looking at stuff, and before they even get to an age where they're experiencing, all that type of stuff, they're seeing everything, so it's contorting their mind. So it's bad. But yeah, shout out to them for doing that. So a lot of states right now, they're banning PornHub. You can't use it. Now, I'm sure there's ways around it that people will do, or some idiot will figure out how to get around it. But shout out to them for doing this. I think it should be like this on all. I think in order to look at pornography, it's one thing if it's, a movie they're cussing or a regular R-rated movie, but if it's beyond like an R-rated movie, I feel like you have to actually verify your age. Like not just click something and say, yes, anybody could do that. Like actually show something or actually verify your age, or have like a process where there's like a verification process through the phone. So now you're verified to go to specific sites. Like they should make it across the board, not just with PornHub, because now they're making it like this with PornHub, but there's 50 million other porn sites people can go to, so that's what they're going to do. So hopefully all the other places do this. Hopefully they block it all the way around, make it so kids can't get on there at all, because that's my main concern is kids going on there just seeing everything. I mean, if you're an adult, you can do what you want to do. But it's bad that kids can go on there, click stuff. I mean, not just with porn. They could watch anything now. They could watch violence. They could watch, someone getting killed. It's bad. It's bad to say that. But, yeah. Shout out to them for doing it. How do you guys feel about that? You think it's a good idea? You think they're going to crack down on it? I think that they should actually make you, actually verify, just like when you get a new cell phone or verify your account or two-step authentication or whatever they call it, but make it so everyone who's on there is legit an adult, and take it away altogether if it's not so. Make it old school where you actually physically have to go someplace and show your ID to be able to look at that. So it is what it is. Purely Destined says, which 5 states is Pornhub blocking due to the ban? Okay, so here we go. So far, we have Indiana, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, and Nebraska. Indiana, Idaho, and Kansas will lose access June 28th. Kentucky will lose access June 10th. Nebraska will lose access July 17th. And it also said that there's going to be other states to follow soon. So as of right now, you can see it says 5 more states. So there's other states. These are just 5 more that they're adding. So you could look up all the states. If you look it up, so far they blocked Texas, North Carolina, Montana, Mississippi, Virginia, Arkansas, and Utah. So as a whole, it's going to be, as a whole, it will be Indiana, Idaho, Kansas, Kentucky, Nebraska, and then we have Texas, North Carolina, Montana, Mississippi, Virginia, Arkansas, and Utah. So, other states are catching on, but we'll see. Hopefully they all catch on, because last thing we want to do is have a whole bunch of kids looking at stuff they shouldn't be looking at. And I think from this, what's good is going to happen with this is whatever they do to make it actually you have to verify, I think all the other sites, whether it be violence, drugs, whatever, they should do it the same way. So pretty much everything you look at, like when I was a kid, you wanted to rent a movie and you're not 17 and you try to get an R-rated movie, you literally used to have to show them your license or show that you're old enough to rent the movie. Do the same thing. Katrina SC1 says, how will Pornhub's block affect users in these states? I'm not sure how it's going to affect them. I think it's the age verification thing. I think they're going to crack down and make sure people are of age. I'm not sure if it's a 100% ban, but we'll see how it goes. And I'll do a touch-up show on it maybe in the next few months or so once things are finalized. Jim says, thoughts on Cali Muscle? I'm not really sure. That's Cali Muscle. He could do what he wants to do. It's good that he downsized. A lot of guys that stay big for so long, and that's what they do on social media and all this stuff. So I have to be big, and they keep themselves too big for too long. So first off, shout out that he actually downsized. Now, I don't agree with some of the stuff he does where, all meat is bad or some of the stuff he does, but it's good that he actually downsized and let him do his thing. That's how he makes his living. That's how he feeds his family. But yeah, he's a good guy. He was one of the first guys to really get on YouTube and all that stuff and, be like a force like that. A lot of other people are doing it now because of him. So shout out to Cali Muscle. Best of luck with Cali Muscle. Hope the health is good. And if you're ever in Tampa, you got me. You know who to call. D says, what's the cycle? I'm on 750 test and 400 EQ. There's no cycle for me. I'm on HRT, 200 mgs test sip. MK677, I like MK677, ECA Hercules before I train, but there's no cycle for me. Those days are over for me. What I did now is I used to take everything underneath the sun and eat like crap. Now I take HRT and my diet is on point. People that know me know I eat pretty much the same thing every day. I may have a Hershey bar here and there, but I'm telling you, guys, girls, if you've never ate clean for 6 months, try it. Your whole life will change. Your whole body will change, and you'll realize that you don't really need to spend, 3-4 hours in the gym 7 days a week like I did for so many years. You could clean up your diet and go to the gym 3-4 times a week for 1 to 2 hours and look and feel better. So, Guerra is asking, do I need estrogen blockers with Enclomiphene? That's going to go off of your blood work. Most of the time when people are prescribed testosterone cypionate, they're going to need Enclomiphene. They're going to need some type of estrogen blocker. But again, everyone's different. If you get your levels checked and everything's good, you should be good. So always go off of your blood work. Always go off what the medical provider tells you. Now, for me, from a personal standpoint, I took Enclomiphene, I took tamoxifen, and I took anastrozole because my estrogen was getting so high. When I switched to only Enclomiphene with no HCG, I only really needed a little bit of tamoxifen at that point, and I was good to go. But again, you don't need to blast anything, and everything goes off your blood. It's not my opinion what I think you should take. Everything's off of the blood work. So if someone says, do you think you should do this? I haven't seen your blood work, so it's hard to tell. Are there any concerns about the effectiveness of age verification methods in preventing minors to access to adult content? Great question. Yeah, my concern is how efficient is it going to be? I know certain states. Now, if you're in a state, the reason why they know you're in that state is because of your VPN number, because of basically your registered number off of your internet, phone, laptop, whatever. They know you're in that state because of that number. So I know what people are probably going to do is be like, oh, let me just get a number from a different state, and then technically I could, or use a different address. There's, who knows, they'll find ways to beat it. Hopefully it's something, maybe they'll make it so you can scan your ID. I know certain government issued stuff and or jobs or stuff like that, they'll actually make you scan your ID. With the QR codes and the way the phones have the ability to scan now, it should be something as simple as holding your ID up, beep, it scans, and then now you're good to go. But I'm not sure how they're going to do it. I really don't know. I want to know how they're going to do it and see how effective it is, because it just seems like there's always ways for people to get around it. But yeah, shout out to them for doing that. I think all the states should do it. Everything that's adult that kids shouldn't be looking at, guns, violence, all robberies, SA, people getting unalive, whatever it is. Like, they should just make it the same way they made R-rated and X-rated movies when you were a kid. You used to have to be 18 to watch them. Like, it's almost like those days are over. Like, people just watch whatever. Guerrera says, love your knowledge. I appreciate it. Whoa, Gray Bills 01. Shout out to South Africa. I love it. Gray Bills, South Africa is watching. I love it. We got Javon Phoenix in here. Katrina, how will we already yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to block the users. I'm not sure how they're going to do that. Shout out to Jeff Lopez. That's pretty much it. We could pull up these events real quick. We have some events coming up for you guys and girls. Golf. We had a big golf event last week. That was great. Heard it was great. Videos were great. Atmosphere was always good. The content looked crazy too. So shout out to Andreas. Andreas be holding it down. If you guys don't know Andreas, he's the guy behind the camera. He's the guy that does all the videos, all the stuff like that. And if you guys don't know my boy Brian, he's in front of me right now. He's the one holding it down, pulling up all the different screens for me, pulling up your questions, highlighting stuff, making it a lot easier for me to read. So shout out to Andreas and shout out to Brian. That's, my little media team holding it down, because I don't know how to do any of this stuff they do with the computer. I'm a phone guy. I do everything with my phone. They're on there and cut, paste, link, this. I don't know. Everything I do is from my phone and my iPad. So shout out to my team holding it down, Team Titan. See who else we got on here. I'm trying to squint, see my phone. BGO3, Trip Boyle, Machiavelli Dawn, Mina Magady joined. So shout out to all those people. Titan events coming up. Tampa Bay Swim Week, July 12th and the 13th. That's going to be at the West Shore Grand here in Tampa. Swim Week is basically, it's a modeling event. I'll be modeling some of the clothes. We have models, our Titan models. We're also hiring some private models to be walking the event for that. So come check it out. It's always a good time. We always crank it up. The hotel's always cranked up. The music's good. I love it. After that, 11/16, Cars and Couture. That's at the Motor Enclave here in Tampa. It's on the Brandon side of Tampa. Huge motor place where you could bring your cars, test them out. There'll be all kinds of ridiculous cars out there. I'm talking Bugattis, Lambos, McLarens, every type of car you can think of will be out there. That's 11/16. Then Titan Medical presents the Tampa Pro. Yes, we are the official sponsor of the Tampa Pro this year. That's going to be August 1st through the 3rd. It's about 6 weeks away. So I know a lot of times people want to tighten up and get ready to go. Just if they're not going to be, just to go. Just to look right, feel good that weekend. So you got about 6 weeks to get ready for that. If you're competing, it's crunch time. I'm actually working out with someone tomorrow. They might be competing. So I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of what he looked like. He's looking crazy right now. I'll give you a sneak peek. But yeah, Tampa Pro, August 1st through the 8th, and that is at the Grand Hyatt here in Tampa Bay. I said Tampa Boy. I am a Tampa boy. That's Tampa Bay. And again, that's a Tim Gardner show. So shout out to Tim Gardner Productions. Then 10/10 to 10/13, the Mr. Olympia. That's at the Resort World in Vegas. The Olympia is back in Vegas this year. Very excited about that. New venue is ridiculous. It's nuts out there. So that's going to be 10/10 to 10/13. We're bringing out a team out there. I can't wait to be out there. We're going to have a lot of stuff going on. Make sure you come by the booth. And you might want to get to the booth early because the last Olympia, the line was very long. So the line was very long. Mike held it down right there. He had a line wrapped around everything. So get there early, come by the booth, take a picture with me, take a picture with Mike, take a picture with the girls, take a picture with John, Sharice, get some free t-shirts. We're pretty much the only company that always gives away free t-shirts at every event. Some places do it periodically or every once in a while. Every event that I've been to, I give out free t-shirts. Not free if you sign up, free. The only thing I want is your email. So anytime you see me and you want a free t-shirt, give me your email. If I'm walking down the street and you want a free t-shirt, give me your email. I'll send it over here. Like it's that simple. So come by the booth, hit the iPad, give us your email for a free t-shirt. That's pretty much all we have. Again, Tampa Bay Swim Week, Cars and Couture. Tampa Medical presents the Tampa Bay Pro, Mr. Olympia, and the Hurricane Pro. Hurricane Pro is the last event. That's 10/18 to 10/19. That's in St. Petersburg. Another Tim Gardner show. 2-day show this year. It's always been a 1-day show because it's getting so big. It's actually a 2-day show. That actually is that's one of my favorite, Tampa shows. That and the Tampa Pro. Those are my two. Tim Gardner holds it down. His shows are definitely my favorite shows here in Tampa. There's other shows in Orlando, and shout out to Deke and all them too. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. So I'll see you at any of these events. If you need more questions, hit up the line. If you need anything from Titan at all, we have everything for your hair, skin, nails, hormone replacement, fat loss, stuff to make you look and feel good. You don't have to be a bodybuilder like me. You could be a regular person. You don't have to change your body in the way it looks. If you want to just feel good and be healthy, give us a call. We'll help you out. Again, this is Titan Lifestyle. I'm Big Drew. I'll see you next week at 2 p.m. I'm out.